You telling me that you've learned something? It's no. Everybody tells me there's little bunnies jumping in the woods. That's what everybody says because they're here now. Hi, Jillian.
Hey, Judge, how are you? May we approach for a plea? This is on Joshua Jones. Judge, he has been on supervision for a very long time. He's been compliant while on bond. He's sat in jail for, several weeks, a couple weeks? He's been monitored. He's
Actions
had a
have consequences.
curfew.
He's got 2 open DWIs. Would
He'll
I?
have a suspended driver's license. He'll have 2 DWI convictions. The next one will be a felony. I think it's an appropriate resolution, Judge. He's been gainfully employed throughout this entire course of time.
What I was thinking is perhaps like a TRAS to see if he really needs sober court, This is just a basic.
Notice how the judge pushes back hard on the idea of a slap on the wrist. This isn't just courtroom rhetoric, he's highlighting a real legal concern: lenient sentencing and repeat. DWI cases can literally put lives at risk. What do you think? Should rehabilitation come before punishment, or is jail the only way to stop repeat offenders?
Slap on the wrist. Yeah, you'll have 2 DWIs on your record, but a slap on the wrist, people will go wrap their cars around a pole the next week. I've seen it all too much. My concern is on a slap on the wrist, have we really addressed the issue that needs what's going on as to why it continues to happen?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes, sir.
No, we haven't. The idea is, and I'm being Mr. Jones, when you take the easy way out, or when you take a half-ass approach to something in life, you get a half-ass result, Whereas when you do something meaningful, maybe you'll get a better result. If therapy, we do a TRAS and he does something like knocks their Aunt Connie's socks off, perhaps it's only on 1 as opposed to 2. This, now, even the faintest smell of alcohol, you're looking at 2 to 10 in the penitentiary for the rest of your life. No matter where you go, no matter what you're doing, no matter what the circumstances are, you're looking at a 3rd-degree felony next time. And the problem is, have we really addressed the issue? Nope. Yes, prior pen trip too. Could be, next time could be a 15 to life. For the faintest smell of alcohol.
Have a previous TBC.
25 years ago.
Don't matter.
So that means if you get a felony, if you get another DWI, it's automatically a felony, like we talked about. And then it would be enhanced.
Something that happened 25 years ago to now feel like you understand and you know a person.
Well, that's not what he's saying. He's saying he's trying to describe what you would be initially charged with if you were to get another DWI. That's what would be the charge. That's what would be the consequences in the next circumstance. If it were to happen, which it's not, if that were to happen, that would be what you would be facing. That's all he's saying.
I totally understand
It's putting yourself in a pretty tight.
I'm putting myself in anything. I know exactly what happened, just like I know what happened 25 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And I've changed my whole life for prison. Just like you said, I've been employed with the same company for 13 years, 14 years since I've been home.
Mr. Jones.
His GPS, he's working from sun up to sundown. I think that's what's keeping him out of, I think that's helpful. And I think he's been doing good all these months.
I agree. You have been. But you don't get rewarded for following the law. We don't pat you on the back for following the law. The reward is you don't go to jail. But you have 2 open DWIs. You've got some history. The law never forgets. Ever. It doesn't matter if it's 10 years old. It doesn't matter if it's 20 years old. The problem is, in life, you never know what's going to happen that's going to throw you into a loop and going to cause you to do something that you wouldn't normally do. The problem is when you do, if you do, the law doesn't forget. So if you go out and have just a half a glass of wine and you get pulled over, what do you think's going to happen? What I'm trying to tell you is it could be a very, very lengthy prison sentence. And on a 15 to life case, the offers start at 10. That's my fear. Perhaps we could do something more worthwhile. I mean,
Because as far as the consequences of another DWI, if he were to be on probation, it'd still be a conviction. So they wouldn't change his consequences.
but if we do significant, like a TRAS, significant, like sober court-ish, and just on one, as opposed to two. What do you think of that versus this?
I can discuss it with him. We've kind of discussed it already, but we can discuss it again.
Even on one? I don't know if they'd be amenable to it, but
I can have a chat with them and my client.
Mr. Jones, I think this is a setup for failure, and I'm trying to prevent that from happening. The idea is to get to the root, get to the cause, figure out what's going on, so we can deal with it. You can lie to me, but you can't lie to yourself, right?
Exactly.
At some point, something, and this is a setup for failure. I'm being honest. It is. Just see if he's amenable, and go from there.
Just may we be approached? Mr. Jones would like to say a few words on his own behalf, if that's okay with the court.
Sure.
Mr. Jones?
Did we ever get a TRAS in this case?
Let the judge know why you should be able to move forward with this plea. He's listening. What, like you told me outside? Yes.
Judge Fleischer, I totally understand like what you said as far as dealing in regards to the overall outcome of the case in which you feel in the future you would like to move on with. I understand exactly what I've done. I'm accountability of that, accept that.
What was a turning point for you that you told me about? The last time you got arrested.
Something that I never wanted to put myself, like I
You
said,
said, Judge Fletcher's words made you self-evaluate.
yeah.
Tell them that part.
It made me self-evaluate, the outcome of what I want to do as far as with my life, not be,
What have you done differently?
whatever I done
What have you
differently.
done differently? Nothing. You've done absolutely nothing except just work. You've done nothing. So
Judge John, he expressed to me outside, I think he's just a little nervous. We talked about saying this to you directly. He expressed to me outside that the last time he got arrested and you said your words to him, he really went in the back. And when he was in custody that time, he really thought about like how he got here and what he needs to do moving forward. He reflected on his mother and when she passed and how when that time period came, he probably didn't grieve properly. And that's kind of how he started
and
drinking.
that's exactly my point.
But Judge, moving forward, I do agree, therapy is absolutely wonderful, but he has been going to AA or NA, and he does still go. And so he has taken those steps since that, and he is on that path now. And with working a job, and going to NA and dealing with his grief appropriately with the support of his family, with the support of his children, and having the pride and ability to provide for them has really put him in a good place. And these are not my words. This is exactly what he said to me outside when he wasn't nervous. I just really.
This is a huge turning point. Drug and alcohol tests don't just check compliance. They determine credibility in court. If Jones fails this test, everything his attorney argued about progress and sobriety crumbles instantly. Imagine being on the spot, knowing one result could decide your future. Would you stay calm or crack under the pressure?
Wanted you to hear it. And so I'm literally just articulating exactly what he
So
just
he's
told
in
me.
a PTI program. Did they kick him out because of the DWI, or they kicked him out prior to?
That's why they removed him.
So here's what we're gonna do. I'm sending you for a drug and alcohol test right now. I want to know what, if anything, is in your system, and we'll go from there. But I want a complete full panel. I want to know everything, and we'll see. But I have a problem when we just give another proverbial slap on the wrist and just throw him out to the wolves with now 2 DWIs and with a prior pen trip. It's a recipe for disaster. And the problem is that, yeah, you're grieving over your mom. You do this, but at the end of the day, you've done nothing to address any potential issues that there may be, so that whenever there is another catastrophic event in your life, because there's going to be, it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when, and it's going to happen. How are you going to cope with it? Are you going to do something? Are you going to go hit the bottle? Are you going to go hit something else even more hard? And then you're going to get in the car, you're going to kill someone? The idea is that you learn from these mistakes. You telling me that you've learned something is no. Everybody tells me there's little bunnies jumping in the woods. That's what everybody says because they're here now. What have you truly done to address the issue? That's what I want to know. And before we go forward on anything else, if I'm going to accept this, I want to send you for a drug and alcohol test now. Okay?
Okay, we'll do.
All right. Thanks. Connor. Hey, bud.
Judge, I'm approaching on Cecilia Salaron.
Okay.
She's in custody. This is a bond forfeiture case. She just popped up on my docket this morning.
I saw Maron from long ago. Wow. How's she doing?
She's picked up another felony. It's a PCS.
Really?
Yeah. She doesn't have a bond on her felony cases yet. And she has court on Thursday for those.
Let's see. Okay. Do you mind bringing out Miss Salmaron, please? Do you want to stay on, or do you want to?
I'm fine staying on because I just know the case.
I'm going to put like strict bond conditions on her now.
Yeah, and I talked to her about it, Judge, and she understands. And I don't know if she's going to be able to bond out because
She's at no bond now.
Right. So
I don't know how long that'll hold for, but
one of the cases where she picked up with this DWI, the PCS case, and I don't know if they're going to even grant her a bond on that case when she goes to court Thursday. But maybe.
she has a lawyer. Yeah.
I don't think so, Judge. I think the attorney that was on the case withdrew. Any spring break plans, Judge?
Here. No.
Are your kids off
Any kids?
this week?
Yeah, they're in back.
Oh, really?
Hanging out with me in back.
It's awesome.
So I'd like to know what she's doing if she's driving in this case, because she's got an affidavit not to drive. I hope she's not driving.
No, it doesn't appear so. It seems she
Well,
was.
hold on. I'd like to know, but let's wait for her to get out so we can hear it together. Morning.
Morning.
How are you? The only thing I want is I don't want you to kill yourself. That's all I want. You know, I've had people here that I've seen come from a first time. As years pass, they just steadily decline worse and worse and worse. The other day we had a guy here, barely even talk anymore because just ravaged because of everything. All we're trying to do is prevent that from happening. How is the big question? So with us, you have the DWI. It looks like you've picked up a new case upstairs. I have no idea what happened. I'd like to know to see how we go forward. Do you mind what happened in the new case, please?
So the new case, officers were dispatched to a Kroger's in Baytown. Loss prevention told the officer that the defendant was concealing items inside her clothing and baggage. The officer detained the defendant outside the front entrance, where she provided a false name and date of birth, which turned out to belong to her sister. The defendant was arrested for an active warrant and was later searched at the Baytown jail, where they found a baggie in her bra containing 2.5 grams of methamphetamine.
Okay. You're currently, our bond is set at 1,000. You're currently held at no bond on the cases upstairs. If you do get out, I'm going to put a monitor on your ankle because I want to know exactly where you go. If you go, I don't know. You're not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs, and I'm going to test you like crazy. Do you understand? Or it's got to stop or something major happens. Okay. So she's set for Thursday. You want to set it for Monday? See what happens upstairs?
It's fine.
Say it again?
I was gonna do Tuesday, just 1 week. Okay.
Yeah. So Felicia. She's not here. Okay. All right. So please don't send her down because I need her to sign conditions. Okay. All right. Okay, Miss Ulmer. Good luck.
Thank you, Judge.
Thanks. You know, Connor, what I'd like to do is do a TRAS to see how we move forward.
Okay.
We've got time, so you don't need to expedite it, but I'd like to do a TRAS to see how we go forward. My feeling is probably Hue or Sada probably, but it looks like upstairs is probably going to ride regardless. So
It looks like it's a ring chain. I'm gonna go to resident.
I think they may kick her out of Rick though, because she picked up another one.
yeah, no. It's, I can't. Hey, Blaze, you familiar with Rick Court? Rick?
Rick Ford. Not really. I know that it's.
No, so if you've got one case and you pick up a second case, they will kick you out? That's what I was wondering. Okay, all right.
Unless it's case by case, but depending on the new case, but
It's probably the same as the first.
they might keep her then. I think it's gonna be a determination of the chief over there.
Yeah, it depends how they feel about the amount and.
So I'd like to do the TRAS and I'm going to go based on the
That's
TRAS.
fine.
I don't care about upstairs.
Yeah, that's fine.
If upstairs are saying, okay, we can do something outpatient, I'm like, no. You know, I'd like to do a TRAS here. Let's see what it says, but my feeling is going to be some kind of inpatient, and yeah, okay.
I can check. How you doing, Your Honor?
What's new, man?
Cases, the approach on really quickly. One of them is Mr. Perez. He's taking a plea, Judge.
Okay,
Time straight, by the way.
whenever, I'm ready when you are. Are you ready? Okay,
Can I call him up, Judge?
please.
Buenos días, ¿cómo se escucha, pues?
Good morning, Mr. Perez.
Good morning.
Mr. Perez, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. It's elevated to a Class A misdemeanor because of the high blow. You are facing up to a year in jail and/or a $4,000 fine. You worked out an agreement. They're offering you 3 days in jail with credit for the 1 day that you've done. You need to understand this charge will go on your record. It will be there for the rest of your life. If you ever get pulled over again, an officer will see this. If they smell alcohol on your breath, if they smell weed on you, it's probably not going to go well. Do you understand?
Yes.
If I were you, even if you've had a sip of alcohol, I would not get into a car because it is a humongous risk, especially if you're not in this country with permission. Because if you go to jail for any more than 6 hours, immigration will get their clutches on you and then you'll be stuck like Chuck. Do you understand?
Yes.
You're giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers, If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. Once you plead guilty, this will go on your record. It will be there for the rest of your life. Is it true or untrue that you had a 0.15 or above? True to the enhancement. That means from now on, you are facing a minimum of 90 days in jail for any new cases that you pick up. Minimum 90 days. How do you plead to the offense, guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
I'm going to find you guilty. I will send you to the agreement. I am going to suspend your license for 180 days. Do not drive until you get a license. Good luck, sir.
Thank you, Judge. And Your Honor, I was appointed to this case, and I don't believe my client's energy status has changed since I've been appointed. It was about a month ago.
Wow, did you catch that? The judge just used one of the most dramatic analogies we've heard so far, spank you like a child. It's not literal, of course, but it shows how seriously the court views repeat DWI offenses. Judges often use sharp language like this to scare defendants straight. Do you think tough talk works, or does it push defendants further away from real change?
Do for a living.
Como que su oficio, ¿en qué trabaja?
Instalador de pisos.
¿Cómo?
Instalador de pisos.
Oh, floor install.
How much money do you make a
¿Qué
month?
tanto gana mensualmente? About 3,000,
3,500.
3,500 more or less.
DWI is big business in this state. There's a $1,500 surcharge that would normally apply in this case. And if you don't pay it, you go to jail 1 day for every $100 you owe. We all make mistakes. But if you continue to make the same mistake where you endanger other people's lives, I will treat you like a child. And like a child, I will put you over my knee and spank you like a little child, but it will be with a ton of jail time. Do you understand? A second DWI is a $6,000 surcharge. If you can imagine $100 per day, you will sit in custody. I will waive the fee now, but if you come back on another DWI, get ready. Do you understand?
¿Usted lo entiende?
All right. Thank you so much. Look.
And Your Honor, I have two individuals, Mr. Yua Hernandez, Judge. His appearance was waived. I filed a discovery order. I believe that's ready in your
Okay, I'll sign
queue.
it. Sure.
And then also Mr. Jimenez, the same thing, just put discovery ready.
I'll sign it for you. For sure. Good morning, Mr. Towner. Sir, you're charged with illegal dumping. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. You've worked out an agreement. They're offering you 6 days in jail with credit for the 2 days that you've done. You need to understand that this charge will go on your record. It's going to be there for the rest of your life. From now on, you're facing a minimum of 30 days in jail for any new cases that you pick up. You understand?
Yes, sir.
You're giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. Once you plead guilty, you can never change this. Is this what you want to do?
Yes, sir.
Okay, sir. How do you plead to the offense?
Yes, sir.
I'm going to find you guilty, sentence you to it. Good luck.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. Good morning, Mr. Torres.
Morning.
Sir, you're charged with the offense of driving while intoxicated, first offense. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. You have worked out an agreement where they're offering you 1 year in jail to be probated for 12 months. Is this a true first?
Yes, sir, Your Honor.
As part of the agreement, you will do a DWI education class, a victim impact panel, no breath test refusal, meaning if you're pulled over in a car, an officer asks you to submit a breath test, you must do it. If you fail to do it while you're on this probation, you're in violation of this agreement. Substance abuse treatment, no drugs, no alcohol, guardian interlock, 15 hours of community service, and a $100 one-time donation to Houston Food Bank. How old are you?
23.
Okay. Did you graduate from high school?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fantastic. You give up a lot of rights by entering into this agreement. You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. Once you accept this, It's over. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
He's here on a bond violation, correct?
Yes, sir. He was supposed to have come to court, yesterday and he didn't come, Judge.
Because of a bond violation, right?
I don't know about the bond violation, Judge. I think he just missed
Thought he
court.
had a bond violation. Let me see. He failed to appear in his drug test. I'd like to send him now for a drug test. Is it possible?
After we take the plea, I can send him for a drug test, otherwise we'll have to wait on Fleischer.
If I find that you're using while you're on this probation, I will put you in a rehab facility. If you are unable to stop, then it's really not going to go well for you. And I'm telling you, if you end up going to a treatment facility, you will be there for a minimum of 6 months, if not longer, depending on how well you respond to treatment. Do you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Hear me loud. Hear me clear. Because after today, there's no more chances, Mr. Torres. If you fail to go to a drug test, if you fail to test, if you test positive, you will go into a treatment facility. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
I am giving you the opportunity now to stop on your own. If you are unable to do it, we will do it my way, and you're not going to like it. The worst possible thing you can do is fail to show up for a meeting with your probation officer. If you ever have a problem, you could come here, we can talk about it, we can work it out. But if you pick up a new case, if you continue to test positive, it's really not going to go well for you.
Yes, sir.
Now, is it true or untrue that you had a 0.15 or above on this case? Breath test.
I'm not sure what it was.
It's true, Judge. I told him he had a .15,
Okay, so true, the enhancement.
151 and
So he also has an accompanying felony with this. Is that going to be dismissed as a result of this? Do you know?
I did not know he had a felony, Judge.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, it was dismissed already earlier. All right. How do you plead to the offense? Guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
I'm going to find you guilty. I will follow the agreement. Do you work now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So you must maintain full-time employment while he's on probation as well. All right, Mr. Torres, good luck. Well, I'm not asking much. All I want are my streets to be safe. If you endanger my streets, I have only one place for you.
Yes,
If
sir.
you violate this agreement, I will issue a warrant for your arrest. You're facing 1 year in jail. If you fail to do your stuff on time, you test positive. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good luck. We'll have you see the clerk.
Thank you, Your Honor.
James Family.
Hey,
What's this?
we looking at there?
They just gave me these things here.
For objection?
No. For findings of fact, I guess. I don't know.
Oh, they never do that. No one ever follows that rule.
Here's one on mandamus and the writs of prohibition. So a prohibition is to prevent the commission of a future act versus a mandamus is to nullify an act already performed.
Yeah, that's never gonna. Are we doing writ of mandamus on our case?
It would be a prohibition.
See?
But you got to file it in the Court of Criminal Appeals.
Right, because everybody always wants to do that one. That's never it's like a rare unicorn.
You ready?
Yeah,
Okay.
I was just,
Did you email me anything? I didn't see anything.
no. I still think, based on the cases that we submitted, the state submitted a good case.
I did have another case, Your Honor, and I
The
have
reason
not
I,
had a chance to print it out yet, but I can do it for you right now if you'd like to look at
Did
it.
you email it to me?
I can also do that.
It's a waste of safe paper. Take it.
Okay. And yes, it's a similar case than the one that I sent you yesterday along the same case law, except this one also occurred on Southwest Freeway, which is where this occurred, so exact same location, same situation.
the reason I like that case
Hold on, let her finish.
I thought she was done. Sorry.
Sure.
That's about it, Your Honor. Let me find it.
Exact same thing
On the same freeway, yes, Your Honor.
on the same freeway, but not in a, I guess, in a tow truck.
I think she's seen near the car, not in a separate car, separate vehicle. Correct. So that's the distinction.
It is, Your Honor, and I would argue that that's not a worthwhile distinction. If you watch the body cam in this case, the defendant's vehicle is parked directly behind the tow truck. Whether they were seen outside the tow truck or she's inside the tow truck, it really does not make a difference.
She's never seen in the alleged vehicle. But the main thing I was going to point out, if you read all the,
But I mean, that's a fact, but I don't think that's just dispositive of the whole thing, right?
okay, I know, but so that's where I'm getting at. If you read that case, they stress like, hey, we don't want to convict people on their statement alone. That's why we have this rule from 1957.
But the distinction is a conviction versus probable cause. This is just a mere probable cause. Here,
No,
is there enough to go forward? Perhaps. Is there enough to convict?
no.
Right.
They have to have, this is a corpus delicti issue. They have to have corpus delicti to proceed with probable cause. So it's probable cause. I guess what I'm saying is they're stressing that there should be other corroboration other than mere statement of defendant. There's a rule called mere presence alone. You know that rule.
Yeah.
She's
But
just
there are,
present.
but there is corroborating evidence.
Okay. Well, that's where we disagree, so.
How else would she be there? It's the middle of the night.
Your Honor, it's just to be
No,
clear,
it's
it's
not.
not the middle of the night. It's around 7:30 in the morning. The part of the freeway that they're on is a part of the freeway where two highways are converging and they're in the middle center shoulder, if that makes sense.
Wait. Okay.
So our argument here is that there's no way for the defendant to be able, or anybody else to be able to leave because there's 3 lanes of traffic in morning rush hour on the left and 3 lanes of traffic in morning rush hour on the right. And to further that, Your Honor, the defendant also does, and yes, I know it's a statement by the defendant, she does say that nobody else was in the vehicle with her, and that she was alone.
I mean, I think there's enough to go forward.
I was just gonna say one more thing.
Okay.
This whole thing about, oh, it's easier to find someone on the side of the highway. Again, I don't know who believes that or why that's
I
some
mean,
type of fact.
I'm looking at everything, the totality of everything, right? Now, this is just probable cause, right?
Yeah, I've already tried the whole case, so why, I'm feeling good about it, right?
Yeah,
Okay, so I'll get her a rescheduled date.
of course.
Thank you.